Welcome to episode 4 at Out of Bounds. Today is Wednesday, October 27th. We're going to break down the games that happened yesterday, Tuesday, October 26th. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the Lakers and the Spurs game. This game was amazing, headed into overtime. Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook look like the best players on the court, but we can't count out DeJounte Murray. Jacob, do you want to break down anything from this game?
First of all, I want to say with Anthony Davis, we got scared twice. It looked like he went down in the first quarter, and I don't know if I forgot if it was the fourth quarter or if it was overtime, but he went down, was grabbing his knee, and he was down there for a little bit, so that was very scary to see. But that being said, Anthony Davis scored 35 points, 17 boards, and 4 assists going off, with Westbrook scoring 33, 10, and 8, really showing that Westbrook's potential without LeBron on the court. It really makes me wonder how all three of them are going to mesh together. Maybe people are talking about having Westbrook off the bench. I know they don't have that money, but I do going off the bench with the second squad and just try to score with them. On the other side of the ball with the Spurs, I'll say DeJounte Murray went off too, but also in overtime, we might talk about this later on. It looks like he didn't do too much. I don't think he really did anything to show him taking over the team, and maybe he's the reason why they lost.
Yeah, and I want to go ahead and say about Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook, two stats that I think you forgot to point out was Anthony Davis had 4 blocks and Russell Westbrook had 3 steals. So both of them were very active on the defensive end. They both scored, like you said, 35 and 33. It was just because, at least in my opinion, AD shot 15 for 31, which is a really good shooting percentage, and Westbrook shot 15 for 27, which is really good shooting percentage. So both of them, they took a lot of shots, but they were hitting the shots, and they're the stars. And I would also like to point out Malik Monk had a good game, 17 points, 3 assists, not really much else. But, I mean, in key moments, it seemed like Malik Monk wasn't scared to hit any shots. Like, there was a deep 3 late in the game. We were watching the game, Jacob. We're like, wow, Malik Monk really hit that. And also, this was only Malik Monk's second start, like, in his career. So, very good to see him thriving. And on the other end of the ball, DeJounte Murray had a triple-double, 21 points, 15 assists, 12 boards. Also had 2 steals and 2 blocks to add to that. But he only shot 37% from the field. And like you said, Jacob, we were watching the game, and we thought Jakob Poeltl was kind of taking over the game, not really DeJounte Murray. And Jakob Poeltl has been great this season. And in this game in particular, he had 27 points, 14 rebounds, had 3 blocks and a steal. And not only that, he shot 76% from the field, 13 for 17. So, I mean, amazing game from Jakob Poeltl. And over the season, he's been a double-double machine. He's been averaging a double-double this year. So it was a really good game, back and forth game. The Lakers clutched it out, but I don't think I have anything else to put on this topic unless you do, Jacob.
I do want to add on with on the Spurs, Devin, is it Vassell, as well as Lonnie Walker. They both went off shooting. Let's see, it was they made 10 for 16. That's amazing off the bench. They definitely need that to stay in the game. I might have overreacted saying DeJounte Murray lost the game. Obviously, everybody else didn't pull all the weight if he's scoring all that. But I do think that I do want to emphasize that he was one of the main reasons, shooting way too many shots in the fourth quarter. And like you said with Malik Monk, too, on the Lakers, he had a plus 31. That's crazy, man. Everybody, next person had 6 points plus, and that was Kent Bazemore. So, yeah, I think that's all I want to add, Braxton. Nothing else to the game. All right, so enough with the Lakers. Let's go talk about Golden State Warriors and OKC. Warriors won 106-98. Braxton, is there anything you want to add on to this?
Yeah, Steph Curry had a good game, only 32 minutes. He had 23 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block. He didn't shoot crazy good from the field, 42%. He shot 6 of 14. But Curry this season and the Warriors are red hot. The Warriors are 4-0 now. Steph Curry's averaging 29 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, and 6.3 assists over the season in those 4 games. So, I mean, a crazy, crazy hot streak for Steph Curry this season and the Warriors. And on the other end of the Warriors is the OKC Thunder. And I'm just looking at the stat line right now. And one player that pops out to me that's not going to pop out to a lot of people is Josh Giddey, the rookie. He had 27 minutes. He only had 7 points, but he had 9 boards, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. And he only shot 3 of 10 for the field. So a lot of people are going to think, why are you pointing out Josh Giddey? And he's just looked good all around. He's very young. He's like a 6'8" point guard. And this season he's averaging 7.3 rebounds and 4.5 assists. So he's looking like in the future he could be a player that can get a lot of triple doubles. Jacob, do you have anything that you want to point out about this game?
For OKC, we got Shai scoring 30. That was pretty good for him. He's the only person in the starting lineup shooting over 10 points per game. He's definitely a key contender for this team if they want to get 8 wins. On Golden State side, like you're talking about with Curry having 29 points, 8 boards, and 6 assists, definitely early MVP candidate. Probably a little bit too early, but don't count him out. Let's see. Him, Curry, Wiggins and Poole, Jordan Poole, I think both of those, if they're scoring around 15 to 20 points a game, with Klay Thompson coming back, they could make a really good stretch into the final, or I don't want to say the finals, but I think they can go deep in the playoffs with them.
All right, now that we wrapped up the Warriors and the Thunder, we're going to rapid fire. So me and Jacob, we're both going to pick one game out of the 3 games left. So we'll break down 2 games, and the last game we're briefly going to go over. So Jacob, which games do you want to talk about?
I'm going to talk about the 76ers and the Knicks. Just quick recap. Let's see. Tobias Harris, almost a triple-double, 23 points, 9 boards, 9 assists. Played the best player on both sides. Joel Embiid, 14.6 and 3. He could have done a lot better. On the Walker having 19 points, 5 for 11 threes. So it was crazy. He definitely turned the game around the second quarter. I think it was 2 minutes left. He had a 7-0 run by himself. And Julius Randle had 16 points, 11 boards, and 7 assists. Now, let's talk about the Jazz and the Nuggets, but I'll let you take it.
Yeah, so it looks like the end of the score game was 122 to 110. The Jazz did win, and I'm not too surprised about that because Utah is the better team and a team that a lot of people sleep on, but it's always the number 1 or 2 seed in the Western Conference, it seems like. And the Jazz are playing very good again this year. It looks like they're 3-0, undefeated, one of the last undefeated teams. And this game, Rudy Gobert had a monster 23 points, 16 boards on 7 of 8 from the field. So he didn't shoot too much, and he still scored 23 points. And Rudy Gobert this season has been averaging 19 points, rounded up from 18.7, and 19 boards. So he's basically been averaging almost a 20-20 game over 3 games, which is insane. Donovan Mitchell played well in this game as well, 22 points and 6 assists. He shot 9 of 20 from the field, so it's not terrible, not great. It's Donovan Mitchell. He's a great player overall. And on the other end of things, the Nuggets, Jokic is always going to have a good game. This game, he had 24, 6, and 6 on 8 of 9 from the field, shooting 88% is really, really good. I just wish, Jokic would have played more than 15 minutes in this game. I don't know why. I don't know if Jokic is injured, but that does really concern me that he was only able to play 15 minutes in a big game. And then I guess there's really nothing else for me to touch on the Nuggets side of things. I can see Will Barton had a really good game, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, but I think the Nuggets are going to continue to be kind of a mediocre team until Jamal Murray comes back from injury.
Yeah, one last thing I want to add on for the final game, the Rockets and the Mavericks. We're not really going to talk too much about this. I do want to say Dallas had all 15 players play. I guess it was for the first home opening game. They want all the players to show off. And Christian Wood had 16 points and 17 boards. Also, Eric Gordon off the bench with 22 points. I think that's it for me and Braxton, and we'll see you next episode.
Boom. Perfect. And this total was 13 minutes. I know there's like a lot of us sitting there and I was explaining to you what to say next. So probably like 10 minutes. So that's good. All right. I'm gonna smoke, and if you want to put a game on, I'll come down and watch it and edit at the same time.
So like 7:30.
7 is the first game.
7 is? Oh yeah. Magic and Hornets. All right.